up, guys? We are back again. Welcome to Kinky Politics. We are your hosts. I am Kai.
I'm Jordan.
And great to be with you. Our topic for today is celebrity obsession. Why are we so obsessed with celebrities? Jordan, please lead us off, since I know you hate talking about celebrities.
Well, it depends on the celebrity, and it depends why. I think celebrity obsession, like I'm trying to remember like my first obsession, and I remember exactly who it was. It was Johnny Depp. And it was Johnny Depp right at around the time he did Pirates of the Caribbean, like the first movie. Because I remember it came out and I was just like, man, I was in high school and I dressed up as him for Halloween. Like the Captain Jack Sparrow thing.
Yeah.
And my mom took a picture. I just looked like the most unhappiest pirate in the world. But and like I drew a beard on like with pen, and like it literally looked like the real beard I have right now. It was so funny. But that was the first time, like I never had an obsession with celebrities when like before that as a teenager.
Yeah.
No women, no dudes. It was just like, I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And then I followed Johnny Depp for a while, and just because I was like, man, he's so amazing and blah blah blah. And I found out pretty quickly, like I personally don't have a lot of celebrities that I'm like, yeah, like I love them.
Yeah.
Because I also like, I feel like I've been disappointed by a lot of people, like celebrities, where it's like you like them, and then they turn out to do some like Me Too shit, and you're just like, gah,
Yeah.
couldn't you have like not been a shit, you know? So like for me, celebrity obsession, I don't do it a lot just because I don't have people on pedestals, and I'm not like, oh my God, they're amazing, like, you know?
Yeah.
But I understand why people do it. I feel like, you know, following someone that's famous, it's almost like they're your friend in a way, you know, where you know everything about them, you know their favorite, you know their dog's name and blah, 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 blah. And you get to be close to that like celebrity, even though you don't know them personally, you know? I don't know. Tell me what you think about celebrity obsession.
Yeah, I think I would agree with you. You know, you said something which struck out to me, which was, you know, which I'm still like trying, you know, reprocessing here, but which is essentially you've never been into celebrities because they've always disappointed you. And that makes a lot of sense as to how that makes a lot of sense as to why you wouldn't like them. I think that, I'll join the 2 points in a second. I'm just like processing these.
You take your time.
But I think that people generally like celebrities because of how it's like fame fame means you're received well, usually, unless you're notorious, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And fame also means likability. And if you're well liked, the likelihood is that other people think they understand you and think that, you know, they can understand you, you know? You, if you're a famous person, may feel misunderstood, but I think the appeal that most people see when they look at celebrities is like, wow, everybody understands them. They're understood.
That's interesting. Yeah. No, I totally get that.
At its root, I think.
And I think there can be different kinds of obsession, because like someone who is obsessed with Donald Trump is obsessed in a different way than people that were obsessed with like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Donald Trump being obsessed with him, it empowers them. You know, they're their way of thinking, whether they're negative or positive. Whereas like someone who's obsessed with a singer or performer like Michael Jackson or Freddie Mercury, it's like they're obsessed with like just the raw, unearthly talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that person can do something that no one else can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's a performance or a skill or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of the people that we obsess over are the people we aspire to be or to be like.
It's true.
You know,
Yeah.
whether well loved or very talented or
but it's like
run their mouth.
But I don't know that we aspire to be like, for example, I don't know if like I don't know why this is, but I'm obsessed with the Kardashians. I don't think that they're the most beautiful women. I don't, it's like, and I don't know why. Like, I don't actually, they're not talented to me. You know, there's nothing really interesting that they're giving me where I'm like, oh yeah, that was a good thing. But I'm into them and I like hearing about them and I like seeing them and I like watching them. And I think, we have a culture of celebrity obsession. It's not just like we're obsessed with one celebrity. It's like many people, you're a little bit different. And this is how what I was trying to say and trying to like tie it together is that I think that people who are not obsessed with celebrities are a little bit out of the mass circle thing, because there's a knowingness of reality, and in that you can say you don't really know that person. You don't know everything about them. You don't understand them. You're only seeing face value here. And
they're performing like the face they put on when they perform.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I think most people are looking at celebrities and saying, just generally speaking, it could be any celebrity. It's like the celeb, like, I mean, we have so many magazines, People, TV, blah, 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 blah. You know, it's all about celebrities. We're obsessed as a culture with celebrities. And I really do believe, I think that it has to do with, obviously, it's like feelings of being understood, identity, likability, belonging, a need to fit in, you know, all of those things. And at its base is understood. Someone understands me. I'm well received. I'm received well by other people. Yeah. You, on the other hand, and many people are like this, but not a lot. My husband is as well as like is also like this. He doesn't care. He's like, I don't give two shits. He's very comfortable being misunderstood. And I think you are too. Yeah. I think like, I don't really give a shit. Like, you don't have to like me. I'm going to keep talking and keep saying whatever I need to say. And if you don't get it, you don't get it. But I still know me and I understand me. And
you're 100% right.
Yeah. I
but think, let me ask you this.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a totally different question. Is Kirk a Virgo?
No, he's an Aquarius.
He's an Aquarius. Okay.
He's an Aquarius.
Amy would tell you that's my Virgo-ness, that I don't give a shit attitude, because it's true, I do have that. But
yeah,
because okay, you like Mariah Carey. You love Mariah Carey.
Love her.
Right. Love her. Who else like
Stevie Wonder, Miguel,
to the Kardashians. Yeah, I'm trying to think. The only other person that I might have like really followed at one time was the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Anthony Kiedis.
And who was the other person again that you were obsessed with? Johnny Depp. It's so funny to me that those two people are like the people you really, really liked, and you have many of those characteristics. Just so interesting that like you're like, yeah, I'm not obsessed with them anymore. It's like they possess those same qualities that you also have, which is I don't need. Both of those two individuals have this thing about them where they're like, I don't need all the fame and I don't need all that. I just do my art. I do my
Yeah,
work.
no, you're right. Like, yeah, Johnny Depp doesn't really do that a whole lot. Like, he does charity stuff, but like he doesn't like go and bask in it like the Kardashians do, you know?
Right.
And Anthony Kiedis is a pretty private dude. I mean, like he's not in. I mean, now that he's the same age as my dad,
Hmm.
and it's so weird to think about that sometimes. Like when I went and saw him in concert, my dad is that same age.
Yeah.
It's funny. So he's like 60. He's 60 now,
Yeah.
and so it's just so funny. But what, yeah, anyway, one of the reasons that I just fell out of love of following those people is and not necessarily because they did things that were bad or weird, but like Anthony Kiedis is like dating like a 23-year-old or something like that, and that always weirds me out. Like that's 40 years is like that's 30 years even. It's just that's a you're not trying to get into a real relationship with someone at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and like I still appreciate them as artists. Like I really like them both as artists. Like Anthony Kiedis is wild. He's a little bit crazy. He does whatever the f he wants. Like you should read his biography, Scar Tissue.
Yeah.
Really good. And Johnny Depp, I appreciate. You know, I feel like my admiration went from Johnny Depp to Robert Downey Jr. I appreciate Robert Downey Jr. more as an actor than I do Johnny Depp now. Because in high school, when I liked Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean, it was like I could understand myself why I liked him back then, but now I'm just like he's so over the top in the worst ways in most of his movies now.
Yeah.
Where like Robert Downey Jr., like, and I'm talking about Robert Downey before Marvel, like so before Iron Man. Like if you've ever seen him in Chaplin or some of his other early movies, he's amazing. Like artist amazing. You know what I mean? Have you seen him in Chaplin before, the
No.
movie?
Mm-mm.
I mean, as people who have both been through a graduate acting school, like you see everything we've ever learned on display in that movie. Like, check it out. It's just really good. I also like Daniel Day-Lewis too.
Love him.
But yeah.
But those are serious artists. You know what I mean? It's funny because you've chosen artists who are really like, this is their fucking craft.
Mm-hmm.
And you've been like, you know, even with Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean, then it's like you chose one of the most free, like he was free in that movie to do all those weird sort of gimmicky things. And it was like hilarious, but also it was pretty amazing because he was so
it was good performance.
Good. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
It
said it was a good performance. Like it was just a good performance. Yeah.
It really was. And he was well received by many people. And I think it partly has to do with his authenticity of just being whatever that was, like you know, gimmicky or showy or whatever. But you know, it's funny. It's like the celebrity, you know, us people who have this celebrity obsession. I mean, it's like what I want to talk about J-Lo and A-Rod. I want to talk about this. I'm fascinated with, and my interest is always so surface level. Is like, what you when I say surface level, I don't mean like it's like I'm not really tapping into the artwork of the artistry of Kim Kardashian. You know, I'm not tapping into the artistry of like J-Lo. I don't give a fuck about her, you know, really. But I'm interested on what makes her.
Everyone is so obsessed with them.
Yes, what makes her obsessed, like, you know, and I think
accessible.
Yes, I think that most people want that. And I think you're not most people. I think most people desire to be liked, to feel to feel a belonging, to feel accepted. Essentially, what I feel in what you're telling me, which is similar to what Kirk says, is you feel accepted. You are accepted. You know you're accepted. You're comfortable in that.
I think, I mean, I think you're right. I think that it's like, it's a multifaceted though. It's like, maybe we both have accepted ourselves, like Kirk and I,
Mm.
And there's other people that don't give a fuck about celebrities too. Like my dad hates celebrities. He hates sports stars. Like just, and he's like the nicest guy you'll. I mean, have you met my
Yes.
dad, Bob? Have you met Bob? Yeah,
Oh, of course. Your dad's friggin' awesome.
he's so funny. But I feel like if like you have accepted yourself and you're comfortable in your own skin,
Mhm.
and you're more obsessed with cultivating your own happiness, you know, like what's immediately around you, then you don't have to like look out for someone else's, you know,
You're
sometimes,
100% right. You're
you
100%
know.
right. And most people are dissatisfied with their lives.
Hmm.
And that's why we're always in the tabloids. That's why there's so many tabloids. I mean, it makes me think of Into the Woods, the baker's wife. To me, she is way back then a fanatic. She is a celebrity. If she were living in our times, she would be, you know, anyone who was obsessed with the Kardashians, like anyone.
Yeah, she's obsessed. No, I totally get you. She's obsessed with the prince. Yeah,
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 yeah.
so fun.
It's this idea. It's like, so I think you're 100% right. I think it is about like a self thing. It's like I'm comfortable with me. I like me, and I'm focused on
Hmm.
this and my understanding and my truth and what I got going on. And if someone out there does something that I don't really like, I can change my opinion about them and I won't like them anymore. It's like for people who are obsessed with celebrities, I feel
Hmm.
it's an emotional thing. No, he did that?
You
Oh my
broke up or blah 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 blah. Yeah,
God,
no, it's funny.
from being
Going
canceled.
back to my dad again, he's like, I don't care about sports. What happens there, you know, what happens on Sunday doesn't affect me on Monday. And I feel the same kind of way about whatever happens in a celebrity's life. Like, doesn't matter what the fuck happens in their life. Like, unless they live next door or are immediately in my life, it just doesn't matter, you know? Yeah.
I love it. Anyway, great discussion, great tip off for our next show. But I think we're about done.
Sounds good. Well, everyone, remember to like, follow, and share Kinky Politics, and we will see you next week.
Oh my god. Orange is not my new black.